The year 2024 has drawn attention from prophets, scholars, and even the general public due to predictions of significant global changes. Ancient prophecies from figures like Saint Malachy, Nostradamus, and even the Bible have pointed to key events they believe will occur in the so-called end times. These prophecies are not just predictions, they reflect deeper fears and concerns about the future of humanity. In today's context, as the world grapples with political crises, climate change, and global conflicts, these prophecies seem more relevant and intriguing than ever. Are we truly living in the end times, as foretold? To explore this question, we will dive into 10 major prophecies that are about to fulfill, analyzing each in depth and placing them in a modern context. The article will also include personal reflections on their meanings, impacts, and how we can face the challenges ahead. The Prophecy of the Last Pope, the End of an Era. The Prophecy of the Last Pope by Saint Malachy is one of the most controversial and fascinating predictions in the history of the Catholic Church. According to Malachy, there would be only one more pope after Benedict XVI, and that pope is Francis, who is said to lead the Church during the final period before the world ends. Malachy describes the last pope facing severe persecution, and that Rome, the city of 7 hills, will be destroyed. This prophecy raises many questions about the future of the Catholic Church and the role of the popes in modern times. Looking at the current scenario, Pope Francis has displayed a leadership style quite different from his predecessors, focusing on social issues, justice, and environmental protection. While this shift is widely supported, it also sparks controversies within the Church. Could these challenges be signs of the greater trials that the Church might face, as foretold by the prophecy? This transformation might be seen as a necessary step to cope with the rapidly changing modern society. However, the concern is that when a long-standing and influential institution like the Catholic Church faces internal instability, it can cause confusion and loss of faith among its followers. While the prophecies of Saint Malachy are debated, they have sparked a wave of reflection on the true role of religion and spiritual leaders in today's world. Pope Benedict XVI's resignation in 2013 shocked the world and marked the first papal resignation in nearly 600 years, showing that even seemingly unchangeable systems can shift under the pressure of time and circumstances. Pope Francis, with his bold reforms, is bringing unprecedented changes to the Church. But will these changes be strong enough to help the Church overcome the challenges that the prophecy hints at? An unexpected king. Predictions about the British royal family. According to Nostradamus, 2024 could be a turbulent year for the British royal family, especially for King Charles. The prophecy suggests that King Charles may step down due to health reasons or external pressures, paving the way for an unexpected successor, possibly Prince Harry. Concerns have been raised about King Charles's health, sparking speculation and worry. Instability within the royal family is not just a personal matter, it reflects the challenges that traditional institutions face in the modern world. The British monarchy, with its centuries-old history, has long been seen as a symbol of stability and unity. However, recent shifts in social perspectives and internal issues have shaken that image. If Nostradamus's prophecy comes true, we might witness a major leadership crisis that could affect not only the UK, but also the stability of the entire Commonwealth. Prince Harry becoming king, if it were to happen, would be a major shock to the public and could entirely change the world's perception of the British monarchy. Harry, who stepped away from royal duties and criticized the royal family publicly, could face one of the greatest challenges of any leader, balancing personal ideals with traditional responsibilities. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle made global headlines when they decided to step back from royal duties and move to the US. This action not only marked a personal shift, but also indicated underlying tensions within the royal family. If the prophecies prove accurate and Harry does ascend the throne, it raises big questions about the future and significance of the monarchy in the 21st century. Humanity's power to self-destruct. when nuclear weapons rule the game. According to the Bible, specifically Matthew 24:22, the world will face the risk of self-destruction if divine intervention does not occur. With the spread of nuclear weapons, humanity is edging closer to this scenario. From the time when only 3 nations possessed nuclear weapons, there are now at least 8 nations with the capability of global destruction, and the arms race shows no sign of stopping. Humanity's potential for self-destruction is one of the greatest fears in the nuclear age. Nuclear weapons, on the one hand, are symbols of power and deterrence, but on the other, they are the greatest threat to human survival. In a world of escalating international tensions, the possibility of nuclear conflict is not far-fetched. Instead of continuing to develop weapons to maintain peace through deterrence, perhaps it is time for humanity to seek sustainable peace solutions. Reducing nuclear weapons and promoting non-proliferation treaties are critical steps to preventing an apocalyptic scenario. However, this requires cooperation and goodwill from all nations, a challenging task in today's complex political landscape. Recent history shows efforts like the Strategic Arms Reduction Treaty, START, between the US and Russia, aiming to reduce the number of nuclear weapons. However, with the rise of new powers like China and increased tensions in the Middle East, controlling nuclear weapons faces many challenges. The proliferation of nuclear weapons in nations like North Korea and the potential for Iran to develop its own program are clear signs that the risk remains. Harsh climate, nature's wrath. Nostradamus predicted that 2024 would witness numerous climate disasters, including droughts, wildfires, and floods. In the context of worsening climate change, this prophecy is not just a warning, but also a call to action to protect the planet. Climate change is a global issue that cannot be ignored. From record-breaking heat waves, widespread wildfires, to increasingly severe storms, we are witnessing clear shifts in nature. This affects not just the environment, but also deeply impacts the lives of millions worldwide. Failing to act promptly could lead to irreversible consequences. However, climate change is not the responsibility of a small group of nations or organizations. It is a collective responsibility of all humanity. Each of us can contribute to this fight, from small actions like saving energy, reducing plastic use, to participating in environmental movements. If we all act together, we can change the future and ensure a sustainable world for future generations. Recent climate disasters, such as the wildfires in Australia, the Amazon and California, along with flooding in many Asian countries, show that climate change is not a future problem, but a present reality. Nations are striving to fulfill their commitments to reduce greenhouse gas emissions under the Paris Agreement, but these efforts need to be intensified and expanded. The mission to Mars, space exploration and boundless ambitions. Nostradamus and pop culture predictions have hinted at the possibility of a light failure on Mars, coinciding with Elon Musk's relentless efforts to explore and settle the red planet. This reflects the human desire to break boundaries and expand our horizons into space. Space exploration has always been one of humanity's greatest dreams. Settling on Mars is not just a technological leap, but a symbol of human potential to overcome any limits. However, as we reach for the stars, the question remains, are we neglecting urgent issues on our own planet? Advances in science and technology are necessary, but we must also remember that Earth is the only home we know can sustain life. Each step into space should be accompanied by efforts to protect and preserve our green planet. Perhaps the most important thing that space exploration brings is a deeper awareness of Earth's vulnerability and the need to safeguard it from destruction. Projects by Elon Musk and SpaceX have led to significant advancements in space exploration and exploitation. With test flights and plans to settle on Mars in the coming years, humanity is closer than ever to realizing the dream. However, simultaneously, issues such as air pollution, plastic waste, and environmental degradation on Earth continue and need to be addressed seriously. Cancer cures. Hope and reality. Nostradamus predicted that new treatments for diseases like Alzheimer's and cancer would be developed in 2024. Advances in medicine and research into new therapies are raising hopes for millions of patients worldwide. The fight against cancer has been ongoing for decades, consuming billions of dollars in research. However, recent advances in biotechnology and medicine have brought new hope. Immunotherapy, gene therapy, and new vaccines are being developed with the hope of curing diseases once considered death sentences. Finding a cure for cancer is not just a hope for millions of patients, but also proof of modern medicine's potential to overcome its limits. However, it is important to remember that access to advanced treatments remains a significant challenge for many developing countries. Sharing technology and increasing international cooperation can accelerate this process and bring hope to everyone. Clinical trials of immunotherapy have shown positive results in treating some cancers, such as lung cancer and melanoma. Additionally, the development of cancer prevention vaccines is advancing with significant steps. However, high costs and limited access remain major barriers for many patients. Re-establishing Israel, the center of end times events. The re-establishment of Israel in 1948 was a major historical milestone, fulfilling biblical prophecies. Jerusalem continues to be the center of political and military events, and is believed to play a crucial role in end times events. Jerusalem has long been a symbol of faith and conflict, not only in history but also in the present day. Every political move here can cause a domino effect worldwide. The re-establishment of Israel and Jewish control over Jerusalem marked a significant turning point in world history and prophecy. While the re-establishment of the State of Israel has brought hope to millions of Jews worldwide, it has also caused prolonged conflicts and disputes with Palestinians and neighboring Arab countries. The issue of Jerusalem and the Middle East remains a focal point of much debate and conflict, with no signs that these conflicts will end soon. This raises the question: is there a path to sustainable peace and stability? Since its re-establishment in 1948, Israel has experienced several wars with surrounding Arab nations, including wars in 1948, 1967, and 1973, as well as ongoing conflicts with Palestinians. Peace agreements such as the Oslo Accords have brought hope, but also faced many challenges and obstacles in implementation. The Gospel, preached to all nations, the final mission before the end. The Bible predicts that before the end times, the gospel of the kingdom of God will be preached worldwide. The development of the internet and modern media has opened new opportunities for spreading this message. In a world filled with instability and conflict, messages of hope and salvation have become more important than ever. Preaching the gospel is not just a religious mission, but a call for humanity to embrace higher values, transcending differences and disputes. Modern technologies have made spreading the gospel easier than ever, but also present new challenges in reaching and convincing a world diverse in culture and religion. In the current context, with increasing religious conflicts and societal divisions, preaching the gospel must be done with sensitivity and an understanding of cultural differences. This not only helps spread the message, but also builds bridges between communities, reducing misunderstandings and conflicts. Social media platforms like YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter have become powerful tools for spreading the gospel and connecting believers worldwide. Religious organizations and individuals use these tools to deliver their messages to millions quickly and effectively. However, ensuring that the message is received and understood correctly remains a major challenge. Global media and God's final witnesses, last warnings. As the world becomes increasingly connected through modern media, witnessing events and prophecies is becoming more real than ever. The final two witnesses of God are predicted to appear, bringing warnings before the end times, as mentioned in the book of Revelation. The advancement of information technology has changed how we perceive and interact with the world. Never before in history could people access information so quickly and widely. This has opened up great opportunities for spreading religious messages and prophecies, but also presents challenges in ensuring the accuracy and integrity of information. In this context, individuals need to be alert and responsible in how they receive and process information. Witnessing catastrophic events on screens is not just about absorbing information, but also a reminder of our responsibilities and actions toward the world. Every warning and every prophecy carries a message of change, and it is our responsibility to listen, understand, and act. Events like wars, natural disasters, and global crises have been broadcast live through modern media. Images of protests, floods, and major storms are immediately shared, helping us understand what is happening globally. However, managing and correctly interpreting these messages requires sharpness and analysis from everyone. Conclusion: what future awaits humanity? Prophecies are not just stories from the past or vague predictions about the future. They are reminders of the connection between humans and the world around us, of our responsibilities to each other and to this planet. Whether we believe in these prophecies or not, preparing for the challenges ahead and holding on to core values remains essential. The future of humanity depends on the actions and decisions we make today. Let's aim for a future we actively shape, rather than be swept along by ungrounded predictions and fears. Each of us has a role in shaping the world, and prophecies are just one part of the larger story we are writing every day.